Hey, mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2. What is this? This your boy B Top CEO. Happy Friday to y'all, man. Y'all tuned in to another episode on Up and Up. I am your host. You could have been doing anything else. You could have been rocking anywhere else. But y'all decided to pick. Appreciate it.
It's cutting a lot of static somehow.
Yeah.
Just when you was talking, bro, it's cutting, man, static.
All right, that was my test run right there. Well, now we back on now. I'll buzz you in when you get to the door, B. Get myself set up. I tried to be as on time as humanly possible, y'all. Look, it's been busy, but we good. All right. Yeah, welcome to another episode of On the Up and Up, though, man. Where you know what I'm saying, chicken noodle for the soul is not really what we do. It's more like beer and a good burger. In my case, I will have one. So, whatever libations you are on today, please feel free to partake. You know what I'm saying? Hey, whether it is your greens, whether it is your good, delicious liquor. Hell, if you're doing other things that I will not be at liberty to speak about, then that's your prerogative then, and I'm not here to judge. Anywho, yeah. Anywho, controversy is sliding here somewhere in a moment. You know what I'm saying? I did get the whole get together kind of early, so you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to make up for lost time because there's been a lot of different things that's happened that I want to talk about right now while we in the heat of the week. um, y'all know what's going on, though, man. Now, say all the way from Sunnyside, Florida. What's the deal, my cuz? How you feeling? How you be? I can't hear nothing. I just hear everything that I'm saying right here. I ain't got no static though.
You don't hear me talking?
I hear you talking now. I got you.
Okay. It's all good. I'm down in Florida.
Look, that's what I'm talking about, man. Look, that's what I like to hear.
This bullshit down here.
Oh. All right, I'm going to mute myself and put myself in here.
Muted, boy. Muted.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Yep.
Else. Give me a moment. There we go. All right. Now that I haven't got those together. Ooh-wee. I think we might be two. Let me see. That's right there. Hey, that echo sounds serious. Stand by. Stand by. Can everybody hear me?
Can you hear me, Jay?
I hear you. Can you hear me? I hear you too. Can you hear me?
Yes. I can hear you.
Remy, can you hear me?
Yes.
Bet. All right.
He sound low though. He sound like he
No.
whispering. Yes.
Yeah. Get my audio together right now. Testing. Hey, is there any echo on there?
Sound cool to me.
That sounds better. All right. Bet. Like I was saying, man, so waiting on controversy slide in a minute or whatever, but there was a lot going on. I usually don't pod on a Friday, but today I had read some things over the last few days, and I really wanted to get this addressed, and this what better way to come back than to do this. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna start off with something else though, real quick. It's funny as hell. I had so much in my mind in the car that I wanted to say, and then I turned around and forgot everything that I wanted to say when I got out the car.
Well, throw something random out there. What about welcome back?
Yeah, so we back in the building, man. It feels good to be
Let's
back.
talk about that motherfucking gas.
Then look, man, that's perfect shit. So, look, I know everybody out here, though, saying is driving around or whatever, man. But the gas is critical right now, man. It's you know what I'm saying? They got a shortage on gas. How you got a shortage on gas is really beyond me.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. It's always allegedly. Look, it's always allegedly. So, you know what I'm saying?
No, see,
But we got.
I was actually just talking to my homeboy about it, and technically speaking, I was talking to Ed about it, and there was no real shortage, just somebody hacked the pipeline. Like that's the whole story, is that pipeline got hacked, and then motherfuckers got scared and ran out and started buying gas, and that's how we got the shortage. Cause niggas was like, oh, we gotta get the gas. You know what I'm saying? When motherfuckers get scared, shit get wild. Like remember what happened with toilet paper? Beginning of the pandemic.
Look, but hey, it was crazy. Toilet paper and hand sanitizer was fucked up, man. Look, I know you remember that shit. It was like everybody, their mama that never used none of this stuff, it was using it now. You know what I'm saying?
That make me glad that I'm the type of motherfucker that always sit on the throne of toilet paper. Like I ain't never gonna run out. I always got toilet paper because that shit doesn't expire. So I keep plenty of it. But I can't do that with gasoline.
Yeah, you
You
can't put.
could though. Go get you.
No, I mean,
get
I
you a
live in
few
a
gas
condo,
cans and
dog.
fill them up.
I live in a condo, dog. I ain't got nowhere to stash it. I just saw a story about a motherfucker burning his whole Hummer down because they had that shit loaded up in the back.
Yeah, it's all bad.
Look, nigga out here just
Y'all
moving
can't be
and
scaring
shaking
me
some
like
shit.
that.
Hey, matter of fact, hey, B, slide in here real quick. You can take yours down real quick, man. Because I got enough screen on here to do this shit the right way. Because I can hear that echo from your phone. So let me get my light. Yeah, you just come here. All right, I'm setting that
I
up.
just realized y'all in the same place. I don't know why I didn't realize that before.
Yeah, because I hear my volume. I hear your
That's
volume.
wild, dog. The Super Thompson brothers in the same place?
Yeah, right? Look, you see?
Hey, which one of y'all is Mario? Which one is y'all?
Man, that shit crazy, man. that at least give me time to get my bearings right. Shit.
Hey, who's older, Luigi or Mario?
You said what?
Who older, Luigi or Mario? Ain't Luigi big bro? Cause like he's taller, right?
Look, I think so. Look, you gonna have me out here telling lies, man.
I feel like.
I got a few more
Not
left.
quick. Like one is like a little short and stubby, and the other one is like lanky or whatever and kind of tall, but they both kind of talk the same.
Yeah. All right, let me see.
You remember back in the day, everybody wanted to be Mario. Ain't nobody want to be. We can't get no love back in the day. I like him though. Anyway, let's talk about the gas.
All right, y'all got B on the angle real quick. Everybody's jumping in. Welcome. Look, I'm just getting my life real quick. Hey, so give me a second.
What's up, cuz? Damn.
It's all good, man.
You got a super blunt.
I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing.
I hear you. I don't deal in narcotics either. I feel you.
Yeah, everything you see is a figment of your imagination. I can't talk to the people in the comments. I guess they can hear.
I need to get a
I
read.
see comments. I see you got comments on YouTube and Facebook. Okay. Okay, man. So one of the comments
We
say,
wasn't really feeling the gas shortage up here though, like the way they was down there. I mean, the price of gas went up here though. Like some places like 3.20, but I ain't really feel no big shortage like that.
yeah. I don't think the gas shortage really affected went that far north. Being so far away.
All right. I didn't feel right without my I ain't feel right without my wine, man. Hey, so I had to get my shit together. Everybody else getting their shit together.
Oh, you
Get mine right.
Sophisticated now.
Yeah. So I ain't feel
sophisticated.
Go ahead. You can.
No. So look, check it out, man. So, the whole gas shortage shit or whatever, we didn't really get hit with it, but it's like that shit just reminded me of how bad prices was or whatever, man. Back when Bush was in, when it was like $4, man. Look, I was like 18 then, man, or 17 or some shit. And that shit was trash, dude. Like, you looking at your gas tank, like, nigga, this ain't life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you like, I done filled this mug up on full, and I'm on empty by the weekend, man. That's 2 days worth of gas, man. Shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, it was not a good time to be a driver. You kind of just wanted to get a bike.
I remember them putting $5 in the tank.
Big facts. Look, so that's ghetto, man. I can't do that. So now it's like, man, with this gas shortage, the chicken shortage, man. It's like it's all the important shortages that really affect black people. Like, man, black people like getting around. You know what I'm saying, on fuel. We like riding for no reason. You know what I'm saying? We like just moving and grooving, man. We like chicken. So it's like, damn, you gonna hit me with 2 of them, though, man? Hey.
So we can blame this on white people then, is that what you're saying? It's racism. Out of control. They trying to get rid of us with the chicken and the gas shortage.
Look, I mean, we can throw that out there, like we we ain't gotta we ain't gonna blame ourselves, but we gotta blame somebody though. You know what I'm saying? We gotta blame somebody. Hey.
What's next?
So
Jordan shortage, that's gonna be a Newport shortage. It's gonna burn this country down.
Look, man, point blank, shit, period. Hey.
All right. Oh, there we go. Sound different. I think I finally got it. All right. Sweet. They do say the shortest is the oldest child.
I'm the oldest.
I was just sitting there reading what Wyatt said or whatever. So let me take this screen out. Let me take this stream out. All right. So now my audio sound better. You can hear me.
I can hear you.
Better up. All right. So let's get straight to it, man. I had a moment to get myself together. I was looking at the Joe Budden pod or whatever, man, from last week, and it's important that I got it over into this week because of the simple fact of what transpired between those guys or whatever, and everything that happened. So, if anybody is not clued in, I'll give you the short story, not the long one. What ended up happening was that uh, Roy Moore had basically, wanted to know the information and the details about what was going on with the overall basis of the contract. You know what I'm saying? And the contract was, it was for his eyes only because it's Joe Budden. It's, what I'm saying, like, I'm the name, I'm the marquee guy. Anybody that knows that Joe Budden, you know what I'm saying, it's Joe Budden shit or whatever, man. Like, it's he quarterback that he started shit. But they were there with him though, whether they started with him or whether they came in a little ways forward, they still, what I'm saying, was right there or whatever, with him through the whole thick of things. Like, you don't associate just Joe Budden, you know what I'm saying, without Rory and Maul, because it's like, like, that's just how that shit fell or whatever, man. Like, and they friends. That's what the real thing is of it too, is that they're friends or whatever. So um, let me stop beating around the bush. Long story less longer or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They were trying to negotiate the differences in the numbers just to make sure they was on the same page about what was going on, and they thought they wanted to make sure they got the right cut. Well, he basically told them in so many words, like, "Hey, you know what I'm saying? This is my shit. Like, y'all left for a minute. Y'all don't got the right to leave and then come back. People don't do that when we doing this pod this way. You know what I'm saying? To this capacity. So because you did that, I feel like I don't gotta consult you or you know what I'm saying. With Maul, it was a different circumstance though. So I ain't even gonna mince words. With Maul, it was like you know what I'm saying. There you go. What up, though?
What up, man? Well, sorry for my tardiness. I'm out handling some business. I absolutely forgot.
Hey, it's all good, man. Look, you know what I'm saying. We out here really just getting into the brass tacks, man. We just talking a little bit about what I'm saying, the Joe Budden pod and the events that transpired on there or whatever, man. Because it's gonna go into the subject that I want to talk about today anyway. So, we've been getting sound quality together right now. This shit been a little iffy. So, but anyway, give me a second while I switch that. All right, put it up there. There we go. See, I like that little sweet little quote in the bottom that I can just attach right there. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? But okay, I paused, but I can still hear it. That's good. So you know what I'm saying? He ended up, long story less longer, he ended up basically, you know what I'm saying, telling him, hey, you know what I'm saying, it's none of your business. But he said that to Maul though. Like, this probably none of your business, but technically it is. It's like, man, I done spent countless hours, countless weeks, countless months, days, years, you know what I'm saying, doing this with you or whatever, man. Like, even if my name isn't the marquee name, I'm still, you know what I'm saying, the guy that's, you know what I'm saying, helping you out or whatever, man. Like, to do this shit. So it's like, for you to sit there and say that to me is just it's almost a slap in the face tomorrow. It's a respect factor with him, and I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't knock that. Like, Rory's whole thing was that, you know what I'm saying, from a business perspective, I want to make sure that I'm getting my just due. Like, to Joe's rebuttal was like, okay, you know what I'm saying, if you can got any other place you want to go, you got any other pod you want to do, you can build anything you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Basically, outside the parameters of this. If you feel like you're the brains or you're the person that they want to see. You know what I'm saying? Josh said something is giving feedback. I'm working on it, Josh. I'm working on it right now. So give me 1 second. Uh, yeah, make sure I got my stuff together. Matter of fact, wait a minute. Let me do this. Okay, let me see.
Hear you? No, I don't think they can hear me. Say something for me, y'all.
I can
Something
hear
for
you.
you.
You hear me now? Remember, say
Yeah,
something for me.
Something for you.
You kicked the
yeah.
thumbs up.
All right.
Your echo gone now.
My echo gone. All right, bet.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that boy's sexy now.
Look, sitting here tweaking with this shit, man. So, anyhow, man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, everything that was discussed from there, from what I seen or whatever, was all basically a back and forth of money on one end, respect on another end. And if anybody has ever heard Joe Buttons actually talk or actually do, what I'm saying, color commentary the way he does it, he's an asshole. He ain't coming off as an asshole. He's an asshole through and through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have to
And
start with.
but he let you know that. You know what I mean? But it's like when you right here in the thick of this thing and you're building a brand as big as his, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be willing to make tough decisions. So I want to know, you know what I'm saying, from what y'all heard and what transpired, you know what I'm saying, is he part to blame for this? I say he is. I
Of
say he's part
course.
to blame for it in terms of the professional way that he handled it with his people.
Mhm. Of
You know what I'm saying? The show still has to go on even if y'all take a break. Even if you tell me to take a couple of days, take a couple of weeks off, or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? I get that. I get that. But you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, it's like shit. You know what I'm saying? On the other end, I see it like, well, I didn't build this by myself. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to the pie and how the pie is being divvied, you know what I'm saying? I guess our circumstance would be different then. If I inserted on the up and up here, and it'd be like, look, well, I got a deal for this right here. I'm gonna tell y'all what the numbers look like, so y'all can be like, okay, well, this was the easiest money y'all ever made, whether y'all made $100 or whether y'all made $50 or whether y'all made $1,000. If I've been like, all right, they gave us $5,000 on a contract to do 3 episodes real quick, you know what I'm saying, and they want X, Y, Z, they want B, they want Remy, they want Joe, they don't want this person. All right, bet. With the people that they asked for, I'm cutting the check. I'm splitting the money. We're gonna say with the people they asked for outside of the stuff that we got to make sure we pay for with expenses. Then that's how we cut though. I don't think it'd be no different if it was another dollar amount. If it had a comma on it, 2 commas on it, I don't think it'd be different. But you know what I'm saying. In their particular case, you know what I'm saying. Whatever number was on that dot on that bottom line, the whole disagreement really transpired from there. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, for one, on one end, y'all are men. Y'all men first. You know what I'm saying? So y'all keep it respectable. I understand that. On the other end with money, you want to know how realistic somebody is with you. You put them in a room with you with a bunch of money on the table. You can see how everything play. You know what I'm saying? You might end up, you know what I'm saying, in another version of Saw or something. Like, nigga, how I lose an ankle, bro? It was just money, man. Like, you could have had that. You know what I'm saying? But, how y'all feel about it, though? Like, what's y'all, you know what I'm saying? What did you take from what you seen, and do you feel like he handled the situation the best that he could, or you feel like he could have did better?
I feel like he fucked
I
the
mean,
situation up.
of course, Joe didn't handle it right. I mean, you said it the best way. I mean, he make it known, yeah, he an asshole, but he didn't handle it right at all. I think the biggest issue is, and I don't want nobody to think I'm sounding like a hater at all. 'Cause I'm really a Joe Budden fan. I've been rocking with Joe Budden since his self-titled first album. Joe Budden, I just really feel like he got that big head. Like, even though it's his name, he the brand. Yeah, that's true, but I just feel like he's so opinionated. He don't really have that respect factor for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? He really
I
think his
like
shit is
that.
gold. He think his shit is gold. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times he be right, and sometimes he ain't. And in this particular case, he ain't.
My problem with what happened is Joe Budden had already been cut his check for the, you know what I'm saying, for everything. Only thing Rory was doing was acting like, hey, what did you get? So just in case I'm about to go in my meeting and renegotiate what I'm about to do, I don't want to get super lowballed. You know what I'm saying? So won't you let? I don't feel like he was counting Joe Budden's pockets. I feel like Joe Budden took it completely wrong. You know what I'm saying? He should have been like, yo, let's say they gave a million. Yo, they gave me a million, bro. Of course you're not gonna get a million because you're not Joe Budden, but you be like,
Right.
at least let me fall somewhere 600,000, 700,000. You ain't even tell them nothing. You be like, I'm not telling you none of my numbers. That's fucked up. If we started this together, you know what I'm saying? If B
But see, that's
already had
my
his contract and they like, I'm like, B, you get what you get, B? He be like, yo, I got 2.5. I'm like, I know I'm not getting 2.5. You know what I'm saying? I'm still part of the show, but I'm not the show. You the show. But at
yeah.
least
But
I
see,
know
that's
I'm
the
not finna
that's the
go in
thing
there
I'm
and get.
saying,
So
bro. He don't value the people around him. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say he really taking his name as I'm the show. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else got that same value, and that's where it's messed up at.
But it's fucked up. But he is the show because he had two other niggas on there and the show went on.
so
But I think
I feel like I fall like squarely in between this a little bit.
okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying? Like on my mulatto shit, you know what I'm saying? One side saying one thing, other side saying another thing. Okay, so this was up. Uh Joe Budden is the Joe Budden podcast. Like has is one thing, but he is the Joe Budden podcast. That's without a fact. And we found that out because the original name of the podcast was I'll name this podcast later. and then eventually it had to become the Joe Budden podcast for reasons that are obvious. Like niggas know Joe Budden, they're gonna find his podcast by finding his name. I didn't know who Rory and Maul were before I watched this podcast. I think most of us have. So they became Rory and Maul off the podcast. Now, do they deserve something? Like some sort of recognition? I think after being on a podcast like that and it becoming as successful as it did, I think you've earned something. Joe Budden doesn't understand that. He doesn't understand that they might have all started in a different place or whatever, but this thing that we have here, this is without a doubt ours. One of the problems is how much of ours is it? Because if Joe Budden wasn't Joe Budden, there would be no Joe Budden podcast. So at the very least, he owns like 51%. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like the majority stakeholder or whatever it is. He's at least above those other 2-3 dudes. However many you want to put in the situation. We're just talking about Rory and Maul. You got to do like maybe like a 40-30-30 split, or say 50-25-25 split. But Joe Budden is at least up. So
I mean,
because
I
so I just finished this sentence. So because he feels like he built it more or less from the ground up and it's his name, he feels like he gets say over everything, which is not necessarily the case, because now this has become ours and you got to give us our 30% say along with our 30% funds, like whatever it is, whatever the splits are.
but this my thing, right? I don't even think it's a question that Joe Budden should get the bigger cut. You know what I'm saying? If
Of
if,
course.
if they got to split 100% check, Joe Budden should get 60 and they split 20, or he get 50 and they split 25. He should get the bigger cut.
Yeah,
My
absolutely.
my, my issue is like this shows what type of nigga you is, because how you don't want your team to eat, and this the people that you working with every day. So this showing your character. Your character really not that good. Like you're not the greatest of all people. You know what I'm saying? So and like I said, I don't know what's going on in Joe's life. Maybe he feel like he need as much as possible, but still, this really look bad on him, man. It's like a blemish on him to me.
Well, you know what it was. Not to cut
No, and the thing that make it worse though, to piggyback on what you said, Joe, is that the bad part about it was that what transpired after that did, like because they didn't care for DJ Academics, because DJ Academics is technically a troll, like he's a serious troll, like if you've been looking at his track record in the last year alone, he's trolled some of your what I'm saying, known or known household names or whatever. From Meek Mill, what I'm saying, to a couple of other ones or whatever that, is big in the game. What I'm saying?
DJ
He gets
Academics is
he's
funny.
basically like the Charlemagne in the dark hip hop circle. You know what I'm saying? Like, he willing to sit there and push your buttons and do things and push the envelope to make sure that you feel it or whatever.
I
And
wouldn't give him that.
originally when Joe was at Complex, he was working with DJ Academics or whatever. So for them to rekindle that, but for DJ Academics to drag your motherfucking people is really a whole nother issue in itself then. Because I'm not about to be out in traffic or whatever. And I'm talking about the On the Up and Up podcast, and it's like, man, yeah, you heard what I'm saying, I was listening to it, man, and I heard, what I'm saying, so and so on there, man, he didn't really sound like he was bringing the heat or whatever. He really didn't sound like he was made for radio. I don't even know why you put him on there. And it's like, in my mind, I'm like, hey, what I'm saying, there's a difference between criticism and downright disrespect. You know what I'm saying? And which
Right.
one you're gonna tolerate. If it's criticism and I can see it, okay, what I'm saying, you might have a point. What I'm saying, I'll go back and address that, what I'm saying, in my own time in house or whatever. Thank you for the feedback. But if it's like, yeah, man, he's straight trash, you this and that, and you just throwing dirt on this man's name and he not here to defend himself, that's not a good look then. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm your dog the way you say I'm your dog, then that means that if he said anything remotely disrespectful, you got to go ahead and nip that shit in the butt quick. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hey, yeah,
we
we ain't
supposed to be.
talking, but that's my nigga.
Yeah, like, hey, man, keep that shit, what I'm saying, to yourself. You want to talk about that to these folks, talk about it to them, no. But you ain't going to be doing that around me. You know what I'm saying? Not only did you let that fly, what I'm saying, with the jokes and the little snide remarks, then you got back in bed with dog and started doing your own, what I'm saying, thing with how you left Spotify and everything else. Everything transpired from all of that. You know what I'm saying? That was just icing on the cake, though. So he, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, his name is a marquee name or whatever in terms of his pod, but you handled the situation wrong at every turn. You know what I'm saying? When it came to your people or whatever, man. And then as I was watching it, and he was like, you know what I'm saying, what do I owe you? You know what I'm saying? What do I owe you? And I'm just like, damn. Like that's how you gonna hit me? You gonna double down and be like, well, so what do I owe you though? Like, shit, nigga, look, technically we done been on the road together. We done been going all these places. Like, nigga, I'm just as much of a fixture in this motherfucker as the lights, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But his thing about them going on the road is when we went on the road and money had to be paid, none of y'all, you didn't pay $1. I had to come out of everything on my own. Being the boss of the pot, being the boss, I had to pay for everything. You didn't pay for nothing. So,
but does that give you a right to merit any type of way that you talk to me though? Because you
no,
paid
you
for it.
can't speak to me like, cause first of all, we men first. We
Mm-hmm.
men first. So we would never disrespect each other. Now, whatever y'all say to each other behind closed doors, but nobody can hear, that's different. The way he fired him and all that shit and all that extra shit he talking, how he started comparing him. He like, it's a couple people I can't stand. I can't stand Peter Rosenberg. I can't stand Vlad, and not Rory up there with them. Nigga, because I asked you what kind of money you was getting, my dog. I just don't want to get cheated. I'm
Yeah.
on here the way you on here. I look up facts. I kick information off you. I talk
Hey,
shit too. So I'm not saying I deserve a big slice of the pie, but
I
dog, don't let
deserve
them
a
throw me
slice of
crumbs,
yeah,
nigga.
don't because you got mad at the fact that they was throwing you crumbs at Complex. So you went above the system to make sure that the system would never do that to nobody again. And then you became the very thing that you fought against it. You see what I'm saying?
And like Joe said he like I made them both massive amounts of money. What they're way better off now than before they got with me. And that's understandable if you did that. You did
Respect.
that, but at the same time, what's the problem now? Why is the situation changing now? Because more money coming into play.
Yeah, and then the tweet that coincided with everything yesterday that really took the whole thing off was after he fired Rory and Maul from the show. I didn't know he had fired Maul until after the fact. But after he fired Rory, he like, I'm not gonna let nobody sabotage or basically be the saboteur of my success. You know what I'm saying? In so many words or whatever. It's like you ain't about to single handedly fuck me over. You know what
My
I'm saying?
God.
To put me on my own knife and stab me in the back, nigga. You know what I'm saying? While I merit that understanding, it's like shit. If I got the bag though, and you got the content or you got the idea to bring it to life, and I've got the resources to help you bring it to life, I want to see you be successful then. I want to see you, even if it's not with me under this umbrella, I want to see you go on and do great things then. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the type of infrastructure that we've set up with each other then. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of respect that goes deeper than me doing this show, that goes deeper than me doing anything else then, you know what I'm saying? Because we're men first.
And
You know what I'm
everybody
saying?
ain't
And
got morals and rules
and, and that's what I was about to
and a
say.
code.
That's what I was about to. That's the point I was about to get to though. Morally, yeah. Morally, a lot of motherfuckers is not morally sound. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. Everybody not looking at it like, okay, I'm gonna do this because it feels good, because it makes sense, because this as at the end is what should happen. Nah. When you looking at it, you know what I'm saying, from the brass tacks and everything, you looking at it to better suit you and your situation. Everybody else comes second. You know what I'm saying? And that's still selfish as hell, but that's the way a lot of things are set up. That's why capitalism exists. That's a whole nother show. We're not talking about that. You know what I'm saying? But no, Ramil, I see you wanted to come in and say something, man. So I wanted to let you go ahead and interject if you would like,
oh,
man.
you know I always got something to say. um, okay, so I wanted to ask B. So you read? Okay, so this is a piece that actually. Did he just walk away?
Yeah, he just walked away for a
Brian.
second.
That's the nigga I want to talk to. Okay, so
Hey, look,
okay, so
like, I want to talk to that nigga. Where you going,
yeah,
man?
so there was talk. So Rory reached out to or wanted to find out how much Joe was making off the pod.
Right.
And so he did something to find that information out. Where'd you hear about that? Because I missed that part.
It's been I know Charlemagne and them talked about it, and just a bunch of different people that explored the story or whatever.
I mean,
Huh?
it sounds like it sounds legit. I know. So this is how I see, and just to kind of reiterate what I was saying before. Joe Budden is very like married to his podcast and in love with that. It's like his baby, and for him, that means that he's entitled to 50% of the value in a way of speaking, which I guess you could say is like 50% of the income and therefore 50% of the decision making. And if you're 50% of something, nigga, you the daddy or the mom. I mean, depending on how you look at it. Sometimes it's 50-50, sometimes it ain't. But you wanted the parents, like the primary, always there the entire time as parents, who feel like you're entitled to as much as you feel like you should get or whatever. So coming off of that, it's hard for anybody to tell you to be different about it. It'd be like taking your kid to school, you know what I mean? Like a school you take your kid to, they have like a bit of a stake in your child. They want your child to succeed or whatever. At least for them financially, your child succeeding is beneficial. So they have a stake in your child. But when you take your child to that school, at the end of the day, you better not put hands on my baby. Like that's mine. Like I still make the final decisions. Don't you do the things that I don't do. So that's how
That's
I
true.
feel like Joe feels about his podcast, and I can understand that when you build something and it became something like it flowered so well, you're gonna feel very strongly about that. So as soon as somebody starts asking questions, especially if they weren't asking questions before, speaking directly to Maul, because I don't know about Rory, but I know Maul, he's very like disengaged as far as how all of that shit goes, and then like he's on the pod, but like is he doing anything to grow the pod, build the pod? Maybe not necessarily. Like I don't know what Rory was probably doing. He's probably doing more, but Joe works on that shit all the time.
Maul just brought good energy.
Yeah, which is something, but it's not everything because there's still behind the scenes stuff that you got to worry about. You got to have a lawyer for the situation. You got to talk to the deals, to people to get the deals. You got to show up to the meetings. You got to do all the things. And Joe Budden feels like, well, I'm entitled to 50 because I've been doing these things. And as soon as they start to ask him questions, he's like everything that this has become has been based on my seed and my nourishment. And you haven't necessarily added enough for it to make a difference one way or the other. That's what he was saying on the fire tape, actually. He was saying, y'all bring me a deal. Like, come with a deal where we going to make some more money. And you know what? I'll take whatever y'all want. Like, a lot of people don't really analyze that clip as well as they should because that's kind of like the whole of what we know. But on that clip, he was saying, bring me a deal and I'll take whatever split y'all want. I'll take less. I remember him saying that. I'll take less. Whatever. Just as long as y'all are adding something to the future of what this is. So when you got all of that energy behind you, I can see how he can just haul off and just fucking fire Rory. Like if you don't feel like he contributed to the point where he.
No, I understand exactly what you're saying. 100%.
I've been talking a lot. Y'all go ahead.
That's why I feel. I mean, it's a mixed bag with it or whatever. Because my thing is, when they went on, like you remember when they went on tour for Spotify and they was doing different dates or whatever everywhere else.
I went to one of those. I was at one of those shows.
Now, part of that deal, because Joe Budden was breaking down that deal, is he ended up having to pay Spotify a shitload of money.
Yeah.
He never once asked them to come out of pocket. He was like,
Brian got the background information. Like, shit I don't even know.
He never once asked him to come out of pocket. And he was like, he was like, even while they was out and he was still having to pay Spotify, he was like, I still paid them. They were still getting paid. I could have just been like, hey, I'm not going to give y'all shit because we got to pay Spotify. No, I still paid Spotify and I paid y'all. So, in some, you know what I'm saying? In some aspects, I understand what he's saying. In other aspects, I feel like he was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if that was your man in any form, way, or shape, you could have just been like, yo, dog, ask for this. You might have been like, hey, I don't necessarily feel comfortable letting you know my pocket, but if I was you, I would ask for this. You know what I'm saying? It ain't low, it ain't high, it's in the middle, and you should be able to get that easy, an easy paycheck. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if he'd have did that and even said that to him, this wouldn't even be a conversation right now.
So when did
my man would have respected. He'd be like, all right, cool. He don't want me all in his pocket, but he also don't want me getting crumbs. He know I'm not. He know I want to get paid. And anybody would respect that. They'd be like, you know what? That's a solid ass nigga. He ain't have to say shit. He could have just been like, fuck you, nigga. Get it on your own. Go work your own deal. You go in there saying, hey, I want 50,000. They'd be like, oh, cool. You be like, well, just by chance, how much did Joe get? Joe got $3.4 million. God damn it! I got 50,000, and this nigga got 3.4. They be like, but that's what you asked for. You should have knew. You should have asked somebody else their numbers before you came in this meeting.
It's actually very important to talk about how much people make, like people around you. Because if you don't talk about it, you're not gonna. Sometimes you won't even understand that you're worth more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to be able to set the metric. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how do I know what bar I'm setting my shit at if I don't know what's going on in the surrounding area of me? You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Like, you know,
Hey, I got a homeboy that I talk to about like anything that got to do with work. Like as soon as if he knows something, I gotta hit him up and be like, hey, what about the thing? Because I don't want to walk in here and not know what the shit is. Like tell me, so I know how much he make, he know how much I make, and I'm still mad at him because he makes so much more. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
No, I feel that because I ask whenever there's something going on with Chrysler that I don't know what's going on, I ask my brother, like, what's going on your end? We might work in separate plants, but you might know something that I don't know what's coming down the pipeline. You might know that they finna fire everybody, and I don't know that at all. You gotta have people you can network with, and people that ain't necessarily afraid to just really give you honest answers. Like I feel like the shit that Joe did was just real whole shit. You could at least put your man on some game. Like here, this is the game, dog. Don't get fucked.
Hey, we recording, right?
Yeah, we recording.
Communication improves the situation. Okay. Can I talk my
church? Look, snap
communication
your fingers.
improves the situation. So if you know what's going on, you gonna climb. You gonna go up because as long as everybody's talking, I mean that's part of what's wrong with America in general is they ain't talking. So when you in a situation where you're talking to people and people talking to you and it's good communication going back and forth, when you talk about that in a relationship or any situation where people are talking where they need to, everybody goes up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody goes up together. Now, if you're not talking to that person and you just got walls built up, well, that means you got an up situation and you just, like, they'll figure it out. Like, you don't give a fuck about those other people in that situation. So you gotta communicate so that everybody goes up equal. You know, and that's what Joe Budden didn't do. He didn't focus on his people because he was more focused on his base. Which is
right.
The one thing I want to say about this, nobody's wrong. Like Maul is not wrong. Rory is not wrong. Joe Budden is not wrong. I say that because these are different people from different circumstances with different stakes in the situation. And this was a point where those stakes collided. You know what I mean? And Joe Budden felt like he had more to lose, so he cut one of them niggas off instead of fucking up his podcast or whatever he felt would happen.
Yeah, you do. It's a $1 million brand.
And now it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? Now it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I gotta try, and I ain't gotta try, you know what I'm saying? I gotta replace the people that I had sitting occupying these seats with me, you know what I'm saying, for 7 years. You know what I mean? 7 years is a long goddamn time to be grinding and doing that shit or whatever, man. You know, and I'm gonna get into the subject at hand in a minute or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because what I took out of this or whatever. But I want to finish my story though. You know, so you know what I'm saying? Even with the way that went down, like he basically was the modern day David Ruffin in this situation to me. By modern day David Ruffin, I mean Joe Budden. He's the modern day David Ruffin.
You are hilarious.
You know, like
y'all ain't nothing without Joe Budden.
You ain't nothing without Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying?
You stupid.
And that shit, it's facts. It makes sense. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I am the bread, butter. I'm the motherfucking. I'm the extra toppings. I'm the mustard. I'm everything that you put on this damn sandwich.
Hey, I am the Temptations. You understand? I'm Mr. Temptation.
You couldn't hop, sing, or sing a singer him. Make this a bitch.
Oh my God, David Ruffin. That's a funny ass comparison for sure. Though. So just to piggyback off that real quick, because I do think Joe Budden is nuts. Like David Ruffin was nuts, or he went nuts. You know what I mean? And Joe Budden is fucking nuts. You know why he's nuts? Because this nigga went through the grinder of a hip hop industry and came out, you know, looking like a piece of shit. Like it just didn't work. It didn't go the route that it was supposed to. Everybody was like, yo, he gonna be the next Jay-Z. And he did a thing or whatever. He had a hit and stuff like that. He got a little money coming off of that. But obviously it's not enough to sustain a career. He doesn't really do that no more. He tried it as much as he could, try to give as much as he could to it, and it just never returned. So then when you go to the other side of that, you're like, all right, but I got this. This is mine. Like that's like somebody growing up in an abusive household and then having a baby. You know what I mean? And then being like, I'm not gonna abuse this. I'm gonna do everything I need to do to protect this. 'Cause this is my like you're fucking crazy. You're crazy. You don't understand how you're crazy, but that child is gonna feel the effects of everything that you went through in a different way.
Exactly.
Realize. So he's like an abused person who has something that is his now, and he's trying what he feels is his damnedest to sustain it and protect it. But you know, he's crazy.
No, but no, it's funny that you say that though, because I can actually agree with that. I can agree with that because of the tumultuous situation he went through in hip hop or whatever. Like he literally got dissed by every known artist, ghostwriter, and musician that ever existed that did music. You know what I'm saying? The hitters came after him. Lloyd Banks hit him with a diss. Motherfucking Fab hit him with a diss. Goddamn Jay-Z didn't even acknowledge him. But that's one of the things that he likes to emphasize over and over and over and over again on his pod. Like the time with Jay-Z. When Jay-Z, you know, Jay-Z. I remember I was talking to Jay, me and Jay Cooler. Nah, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, I remember when you took that song from. He was like, so and what? Now what? You know what I'm saying? Basically, like, nigga, fuck you. Yeah, I did it. I'm Jay-Z. I'd do it again if I was still doing music. The 50-year-old me would do the same thing the 30-year-old me did to you. Nigga, that shit don't change. And it's like, dog, like, if you got to feel like you less of a person at that moment, like, he going to take you a little lower then. He going to take you a little lower. Like, I'll put you 6 feet below the casket that you were supposed to stop that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, so consider that. You a nigga out of hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? You come out of hip-hop and you got a podcast. Hell yeah, you battling for your podcast now. Like you got niggas like Jay-Z shitting you on you to your face at parties. So when you get home to your podcast, you be like, "This is nigga, I will kill everybody in here for this. This is mine." Like I lost hip hop to Jay-Z. That motherfucker took that shit and ran away, and I couldn't catch up. He was gone. So I'm gonna keep this.
So I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, man. Like I'm gonna head out.
No, but even Joe Budden said that he was like, dude, after hitting your head so many times trying to get something to work, and then you finally get something and it's substantial and it works and it's paying you. It's your bread and butter right now, and it's opening up other deals and other avenues or whatever. Yeah, he was like, unlike Maul and Rory, I don't have the luxury of taking a day off. I'm there every day. I'm editing shit every day. I'm doing shit every day. They come and they leave. I still have shit to do with this podcast. So I do understand, like you said, if him getting dissed by hip hop, I don't know. It made him a monster. It put him in a space where he like, all right, I still gotta eat because you used to getting this hip hop money, and now the podcast game, he elevated it. Everybody that's making podcasts now should actually thank them for the money they get.
I would say
he opened the door for a lot of people because a lot of people was getting lowball before he started saying fuck Spotify and start really shopping his podcast around. And then once he got the Patreon, he opened up the door for a lot. Like a lot of people don't give him enough respect for opening up door for people to really get paid in podcasts because niggas wasn't getting paid before he started getting paid.
I would say yes and no.
They know the avenues to get it.
Yeah, I would say yes and no to that. I would say that black people wasn't getting paid what they were supposed to get paid when it came to them podding. Because you got to think of you. I was about to say you got to think. Joe Rogan done had his podcast for fucking ever. You know what I'm saying? Fucking. It's another podcast I can't think of off the top of my head or whatever.
Real quick.
Joe Rogan was gonna get his regardless.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Real fast.
A great UFC fighter in his own right. You feel me?
Look. Joe Rogan took his podcast to Spotify after Joe Budden was on Spotify. That's part of why Joe Budden has an issue with Spotify because to Spotify, Joe Budden was like a salmon, and to Joe Rogan was like for them like a whale. You know what I mean?
Like the great white, basically.
Yeah, they caught Joe Budden, gave him as much as they could to kind of show other big podcasts out there that you can have a home here at Spotify. And Joe Rogan peeped it. It was like, I don't know what it was specifically, but you can at least look at that as a factor, because Joe Budden's podcast was very strong on Spotify. He did amazing numbers though, during that time period or whatever. I was completely in tune during that time. They was doing double the shows, and even though they doubled their output, I was tuning in even more to listen to all of that shit. Like, as much of a fan as I was before, it just made me more of a fan because they were giving us more. So something like that happens or whatever, and Joe Rogan more or less takes notice, and now this nigga is Spotify, like, so exclusive that, like, you can watch videos of Joe Rogan's podcast on Spotify, which isn't Spotify.
Right,
Like, they was like,
right.
nigga, come on, we'll do whatever we need to. So Joe, that's a door that Joe Budden opened up for a bigger podcast than his work. You know
That's what I'm saying. He Joe Budden. As much as people gonna say he crazy, but most pioneers and most people that push the boundaries and push it forward for everybody else, they normally are crazy.
Of course,
people say
Michael
Einstein
Jackson,
was crazy.
Nuts. Prince,
Yeah.
nuts.
Yes,
all
people,
those niggas.
But you got to be willing to step outside the box and go to those extremes in order to make that transition really happen for anybody else behind you. Then you know what I'm saying? Like I do you one better. Like $1 million worth of game is a dog ass podcast. I enjoy that podcast. Like Gilly and Wallow, like the motherfuckers are funny as hell. So you know what I'm saying? Like, but and it's like, dude, they give you a different element. You know what I'm saying? On their point of view, you know what I'm saying, from them being, you know what I'm saying, Philadelphia cats or whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like shit. You know, it's like the door, the platform is available, the door is open. I kind of look at it the way that people, like the way the platform is on Netflix. Like, you got certain artists that's good at the craft that's gonna get more money, more notoriety, more respect than, you know what I'm saying, person X over here, over person Y. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way the shit goes or whatever. It's fucked up. And it'll always be fucked up because they always want to have the boundaries and the differences depending on what it is or what you bring to the table. But I'm gonna put this to bed now, and I'm gonna go ahead and edit this sweet thing right here. Move on to the next shit, because that's the type of motherfucker I am.
Let me see who your next shit is. I need.
So look,
even comment on that shit and make it.
So look,
I studied the shit out of
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, hey, look, you went down there for the team, man. Look,
he did all the background research.
Yeah.
Had all the background information. This motherfucker was full reporter.
Look, I got a public service announcement for everybody real quick though, man. Look, so you know what I'm saying? That's my next thing I'm adding on there. Look, put that shit right there. Check me out. So the mask mandate was officially extended for another month, but really lifted if you already got your shots. Look, I want people to do me a favor. This is my PSA to y'all. Don't just go back to not washing your hands and using all the necessary precautions that you've been using. Because, you know, I think this is the first time I've ever seen everybody actually use the faucet after they got finished using the bathroom and shit, man. Like, you know, yeah, you can shake a motherfucker's hand now, man. You can feel good about it, not feeling like, damn, yeah, he just dug in his nuts all day and all other shit there. You know what I'm saying? So
call the police on the motherfucker for leaving.
Yeah,
without washing his hands now.
you feel me? You know, like I feel like people, you know what I'm saying, people, you know what I'm saying, should still keep that shit on or whatever, man, because you just can't trust nobody, man. Like, you know.
That and then my thing is a lot of people don't realize, yeah, you vaccinated, but you can still pick up the virus. And let's say you got a kid at home that hasn't been vaccinated. You can still give your kid this virus. It's still, just because the government saying it's gone don't mean it's gone.
Nope.
So everybody, if you got a kid or a loved one that hasn't been vaccinated, you might have been vaccinated, don't be an asshole and go over there and just take off your mask and be breathing all in their face and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to look out for you. You know what I'm saying? For your fellow person. That's all I'm saying.
Even if you have been vaccinated, man, keep that shit away from me, man. Look, don't be breathing your greedy ass air on me, man. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that, man. Like, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, the virus just made you more weary of who you want next to you. Then, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could be germaphobe through and through. I just might not want to be around you. You know what I'm saying? You could be the perfect person. You wear your gloves. You can, you know what I'm saying, spray down. You got disinfectant wipes, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But then, you know, your hygiene might be trash. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying though.
I
You
don't know your life.
keep all that shit on your end or whatever. That's my public service announcement for y'all, man. Look, so
Yeah, so you can tell a lot about
That's
the
a
person by
good
their
thing to put
drawers.
out there
That's all
too,
I'm
because
saying.
motherfuckers, as soon as you tell motherfuckers they can't do something, they gonna be like, well, I ain't gonna do none of it. Then I don't got to shower no more, nothing.
Right,
I
you can
guess
tell a
go
lot
with
about a
Sean.
motherfucker by their socks too. If a nigga come in your house and their socks is all fucked, you can tell a lot about a motherfucker by their socks. You know how niggas come over your house and they scared to take their shoes off? Why? Let me see them
Yeah,
socks, my dog.
you
yeah,
gotta be
you
like,
got them
dog,
old white and gray socks on. They supposed to be
dog, do
motherfucking
you
like.
only got one pair of socks? Like, you could buy some more socks. Well, I need to get you some socks. Like, let me know what you need.
Well, I ain't in a dating game no more. I'll be sitting there like, let me check
So
out the drawers for you when you come on in.
so in the root of Joe Budden's whole you know what I'm saying, fallout with his people or whatever, how thin is the line, you know what I'm saying, in friendship and business? You know what I'm saying? How do you toe the line when it comes to conducting business at that level and then still maintaining and preserving the value of your friendship with your you know what I'm saying, business partner / dog or whatever, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? What to me, I feel like, you know, like like if you're gonna do it, to be all in with it then. You know what I mean? Like if me and you gonna work together and we gonna build this you know what I'm saying, this international studio or whatever, and we gonna take this pod and thing to the next level and start having podcasts from Florida to Detroit. And then we gonna be all in with the shit then. You know what I'm saying? We gonna talk to each other about the shit. We gonna touch base on that shit probably, you know what I'm saying, more times than we would actually like to. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it'll be to a point where we might get sick of talking to each other. But at least we know we're going in the right direction as a unit then. You know what I'm saying? But like it's like how can you toe that line though without basically alienating your friend, or you know what I'm saying, y'all burning bridges that can't be repaired?
You know what it is? I think it's very important to consider. That podcast was a marriage. Like, them niggas, when they kind of like sat down and was doing the podcast for fun, they was dating. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
oh, we're gonna try this and this is cool, whatever, whatever. And then once you commit to it and there's real money involved, nigga, we married. Like, there's a contract here. There's things we gotta sign. There's people that we're paying. Like, this is a business now. We're married. Like, 3 niggas in a marriage, or 4 if you
Yeah.
wanna count the other motherfucker. So now that we're in a marriage, you know, we gotta maintain this thing. You know what I'm saying? We gotta decide if this marriage is the most important thing or not, or is it, I don't know, having sex or whatever the fuck shit, whatever goes wrong in a marriage. I don't know what goes wrong in marriage because I'm not married, but
No,
you
I
know
mean,
how shit gets weird.
no, the equation of what you're saying though is that, you know, the shit that goes wrong in marriage goes wrong in relationships. You know what I'm saying? Only difference is that you've got a legally binding agreement saying that, you know what I'm saying that pretty much this is the line that y'all are walking in or whatever, man. But you know what I'm saying? The same rules apply though. You know what I mean? Like shit, if we got this contract that's etched in writing or whatever and it's bound by this, you know what I'm saying? If somebody don't do their part of the business or whatever, you know, you legally obligated to buy this person out, or you
Yeah.
legally obligated to, you know what I'm saying, do X, Y, and Z to make sure you preserve the integrity of the business. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing personal there though when it comes to that. Like, yes, we both signed this, we both read it. I hope you can read because I can. And if you need help reading, I will help you. But it's like, look, don't be confused if, you know what I'm saying, they be like, damn, well, you know, this person had 51, you had 49. The reason why we set it up this way because this person was the brains. No offense to you.
No,
You
and
know what I'm
it should
saying?
work that way. The problem with most businesses and like friendships is somebody gonna feel like they're not eating enough. You know what I'm saying? That's like even with like, hold on, man. I'm using a drug reference or whatever. Please don't flag us for the drug reference. But my thing is, if we on the streets hustling and I'm moving weed and B moving weed, but he moving weed way more than me. Most people, most drug dealers, big time drug dealers, get took down because they people not eating enough. They feel like, hey, we the ones out here taking all the risk doing this, and this nigga eating more than us. That's when people start setting people up, calling their homeboy to an abandoned house, sending the cops their way. You know what I'm saying? So it is a fine line between friendship and business because if the other person don't feel like they eating, the business is fucked up.
But see, I feel like with that, the piggyback on that though is that you know what I'm saying. If I'm out there in the game and I've made it to this level, you know what I'm saying. You don't know what I had to do to get to this point. Then you don't know what type of plays I had to make.
I had to
You know what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm saying. I really had to do some stuff to get my hands dirty to be able to enjoy these clean hands right now. You know what I'm saying? So you just thinking that I made the shortcut and just caught the plug, and it was like, man, I'm out here winning. No, man. You know, I hate the fact that people even think like that. You know what I'm saying? But they shoot short sighted to see the bigger picture, though, man. Even if I told you, yeah, B, man, you know what I'm saying? Look, my blood, sweat, and tears got me to this point. I really built this brick by brick, and I made this like this. You're going to be like, man, fuck what that nigga talking about. I don't care about that nigga mission statement. Look, I want to get where you at right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, dog.
They don't know what you did to get there. That's why, for example, you can give a nigga a plate and feed this nigga, but this nigga still looking at your plate like, this nigga, all right, I got my own portion of steak and potatoes, but this nigga got a tomahawk steak and French fries and potatoes. Nigga, go on my plate, dog. I just fed you, nigga. You getting the plate too. Everybody want what you got. That's sad.
That's why that's the remix to everything that you said, though, man. Like you know the whole saying: if I teach you how to fish, you can eat for a lifetime. Well, you know what I'm saying. If I teach you how to fish, you know what I'm saying. You're supposed to be able to, you know what I'm saying, contribute to your own circumstance because I taught you how to fish. Motherfucker be mad like, man, you taught me how to fish, so I couldn't keep eating off of your ass, man. Look, I just wanted a bigger portion of your shit. I didn't want you to show me how to do the shit. I wanted you to let me just run your shit, and you go sit the fuck down somewhere.
Catch my fish, then
I wanted you to keep feeding us. Right. I wanted you to feed us.
Look, and I think that's another thing that really damages the integrity of friendships in business is that, you know what I'm saying, people want to roll your coattail. People want to, you know what I'm saying, want to ride off of an idea that you might have created. Like, and I want to hear your input because I feel like you have more to bring with you, but you know what I'm saying, you still got to feel like you got more to bring with you too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't tell you how to, you know what I'm saying, how to do your shit. If you got the idea, just pitch it to me so I can manifest it to the best I can to fit your skill set. But it's like, you can't be like, well, B, I want this from beginning to end, man. Look, I want you to wear the suit. I want you to go out there and speak for me and promote my business and then bring me back the money, man. Look, and I tell you if you did a good job or not. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
It don't work that way, nigga. You can't eat my fish and save your fish. You know what I'm saying? We both ain't gonna have no fish if you eat all my shit and save yours, nigga. Then I'm gonna need you.
Look, Terry said I'm new to the convo. Just know Joe a hoe.
Whoa. What the fuck? God damn.
Hey.
God.
Look, Terry, look, man. I'm gonna bring you up to speed real quick, man. You know, I'm gonna keep it short, man. Look, you know what I'm saying, the whole thing that transpired with Joe or whatever, man. Rory and Maul pretty much got fired from the show. You know what I'm saying? For it ain't even creative differences, it's monetary differences among Joe feeling like, you know, Rory wanted to, you know what I'm saying, get his bank statements. He wanted to Donald Trump his ass. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Joe wasn't having that because he felt like he was in a breach of a contract, even though technically they never really, you know what I'm saying, what contract? Like, you supposed to be my friend. That's neither here nor there, though. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he ended up cutting him at the knees or whatever, man.
Joe, you know, kind of be like, nigga, we was never friends.
Hey, look, Joe would do that shit like Ice Cube. Like, man, we was never partners, man. You was partners, but we was never partners. That's how you hit that nigga or whatever. So, you know, we pretty much turned that into a question about you conducting business on your own and how thin is the line between friendship and business. You know what I'm saying? He don't look. Terry just says is when Joe cared about contracts. Technically, he does it because he dealt with all that contractual situations over at Complex, and he felt like he didn't want to have that type of hindrance on creativity, so he got above the system and beat the system. You know what I'm saying? But then became part of the system that he beat anyway, though. So, you know, that pretty much doesn't merit him in the right spot any damn way. You know what I mean? So that's my opinion, man. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
But neither here nor there. So yeah, that's pretty much where we at, though, man.
You know what I want to talk about? You about to finish up, or you want to talk about?
No, I'm about to wrap this topic up. We got another place to go. I'm getting there. I'm getting to the good shit now. I'm probably gonna get flack for this next part.
Can I speak on the thin line?
Hey, Rim, I can't hear you. I can't hear your volume or whatever. You sound a little low on my screen.
Can I just got back in. I don't even know how to turn this on.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like we on a bad connection. Like we on a telephone and your reception is breaking up, man. Like,
Wait, y'all. Hello?
Yeah, just super low. I disagree
You hear
with
me
you.
now?
Hey, you nigga.
keep say something else.
Something else.
All right, you decent. We gonna get
You
it
a little
together.
better.
We gonna get it together.
Let's do this.
Hey,
Hear
so
me now?
there
Yeah,
you go.
no.
All right, that's a better.
Yeah,
There
there
you
you
go.
go. All right, that's
Yeah,
probably why I've been. All right,
That's a for sure right on.
that's a for sure right on.
that's my show right on. So look, the thin line is thin line between. Okay, so between friend and business. Y'all watch Snowfall?
Yes, I
Okay,
do. B do.
Snowfall.
I'm pretty sure B do.
Yeah, I watched it.
Snowfall is my shit.
That nigga got a whole ass
If you
cousin.
don't watch Snowfall, you gotta watch that shit immediately.
Yeah, his
I
cousin
like
a whole ass nigga.
Snowfall. To me, I mean, it shows you like the scary side of business because it's a drug dealing business or whatever. But at the end of the day, I feel like friendship and business are in a way exactly the same thing, except one involves emotion and the other one does not. That's it. But in business, you work with, say, like a partner, another person, because you're like, we have a vested interest in something that we care about, money or a dream or whatever the fuck it is. And I feel like you and I can do that together. So let's do this together. And you're supposed to remove the emotion out of that entirely and just be like, let's focus on the money or whatever the goal is. Well, in a friendship or a marriage or whatever you might want to view it as, an emotional personal relationship, the vested interest is the emotional shit. Like it's the emotion itself. I like having you around. I enjoy your company. Therefore, we should continue to do this all the time.
Right,
Or
we do something for each other. I hear you.
I love you. I'd like to have sex with you. I want to make children with you. I want you to meet my parents. Let's get married. Some shit like that. But
Okay.
they're all the same shit. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they're all the same shit.
Okay.
That is why they clash so much, because then it's like, do I care more about my emotions or do I care more about this money or this goal or this whatever the fuck or this podcast that I built from the ground up? Do I care more about that or do I care about this nigga who thinks that he built this because he didn't build it, I built it? That's how Joe feels. That's why I say Joe is crazy. He's a little nutty, justifiably, but also I understand him like completely. He's one of the reasons that I even fuck with podcasts and decided to do a podcast, because watching a motherfucker like him made me realize I can get out here and talk my shit.
Right, especially if he can do it.
Like this
He can
nigga's
do it. I can do it
nuts.
too.
This nigga is on fucking air. Just he's fucking bonkers, but he's hilarious.
No, and like I remember when you first put me on his pod or whatever, man. I started watching. I'm sorry, I started listening to it. I was streaming episodes at work, streaming on the way home, streaming. I was like, man, this shit is crazy, man. I started from the like way back, so I'm just sitting there trying to catch up. And I'm like, okay, man, he is, what I'm saying, like, I like the fact that, what I'm saying, he was willing to push the envelope for certain shit, what I'm saying, and really go for it or whatever and go in, put his chips in or whatever on the shit or whatever. But it was like, he still wouldn't go like to that point of no return with certain topics or whatever. And I'm getting off subject from what we're talking about with Thin Line or whatever. So I'm not gonna stay right here for too long or whatever. But I when I first seen that, I'm like, okay, how far am I willing to go in order to really see how, what I'm saying, how deep this rabbit hole can be. You know what I'm saying? Of course I've been flagged, I've been, hit for a bunch of other stuff. Partially because of the fact that I didn't interject when I should have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna reiterate all our shit. You know what I'm saying? We've said some things that aren't favorable to people, and it's like, hey, it's only entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
Stop bringing up my past.
Yeah, look, all I can do is press forward, man. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna get into all that though, man. Look, Josh said business can break the thin line between friends once the integrity of the dream is compromised by ego/pride. That is definitely one of the things that exists, because there's nothing worse than somebody that feels like they're way more efficient than the next person. You know what I'm saying? Like I am where I am because I'm a good potter, of course, and I've learned to get better as I keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm slowly starting to really grasp the reins of everything else that I'm capable of. But like the people that have joined me on this journey, what I'm saying, Remy, Controversy, what I'm saying, JJ, Connie, a bunch of other guys that's come and blessed the booth with me have given something in those days. What I'm saying? Even Terry, Terry done sat in with us, man. You know what I'm saying? And giving us a difference of opinion that you might have needed at that moment. There, you need a shot in the arm for certain things, like what I'm saying. Like I'm a mediator by default because I have an image to protect while I'm doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you let me go somewhere else and I can take the gloves off and I ain't on the up and up with B, I'm just B Tom CEO, then I'm gonna let you know how I feel then. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and say what I want to say respectively. You know what I'm saying? On my part as I go, you know what I'm saying, and then go for it there. You know, hey, look, Terry, your equity was me shouting you out, man. Look, like I told B and them earlier, before you tuned in, man. If I got a check, you know what I'm saying, for $5,000, and I give you 50, 60, 70, $80 or whatever, guess what? That was the easiest $80 you ever made. Because you sat in with us for an hour and talked that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? My guy, shit. You know what I mean? Josh that sat in. Like, everybody has sat in and been an integral part of a podcast, of an episode, and they said they piece. Like, I felt good about being able to give somebody a place to have a voice. So I've done something then. If I don't never do shit else with this podcast tomorrow, I've done something then. I've done that. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's worth more than money, in my opinion, or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Let me get back into it, because now where I'm going, y'all might not want to go with me or whatever, man. Where I'm going, so
Yeah, brother, I'll ride with you.
so
Let's
look,
get
so
together.
I'm in the back seat.
Yeah.
Look, so you know what I'm saying? Real Housewives of Atlanta. I do not watch reality TV. Let me say this first and foremost for the record. I do not watch reality television because I feel like I deal with enough reality in my own damn life. So, with that being said, we're gonna talk about this, and we're gonna leave it where it is because, it's almost like I'm not damned if I do, damned if I don't, because this shit is dirty or whatever. But there's different stories to be heard here. So if y'all don't know about Portia from Real Housewives of Atlanta, she was invited on the show over the last something. How long was it?
Portia been on the show for
3
or 4 seasons, maybe
3, 4
5.
seasons. You know what I'm
She's been on
saying?
the show for a lot.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I know I'm probably gonna be, but I don't care. So, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't friends with this young lady. She was cool with this young lady. They were associates. See, there's a level that you gotta be aware of with this shit too. Everybody ain't your friends. The saying, all skin folk ain't kin folk. All that shit applies or whatever, man. Because you know what I'm saying, when you talking about how good your somebody is, if you dealing with a true certifiable snake, whether it's a male or a female, they're gonna want to sample that shit too. Then, you know what I'm saying? They gonna want to know if the grass is greener on your side because you make the grass look pretty fucking amazing, man. You know what I'm saying? Terry said Portia been on the show for 10 years now. See, I know Terry gonna know some shit about that. Look,
I know it's been some seasons. My guy.
Look, you know what I'm saying? So
he watched good ass
yeah,
TV.
she's a fact. She's a light fixture on this show. Then, like she's been there since the stationary objects. They done changed a couple of directors. You know what I'm saying? They done really
changed men and husbands.
Look. You know they said they done changed husbands now because clearly she wanted somebody else that was married. You know what I'm saying? You did not care about this woman's association, because I ain't gonna say y'all ain't friends. Friends do that shit to other friends out here in broke people land. Like your broke friends and all that shit. Even your friends that got a couple of dollars, like they want something, they gonna get it.
Just let me know when I can comment on the situation, because
I want to know. Let me change my banner too for the record. Let me change my banner real quick, man. Let me get this shit together. You know what I'm saying? Friendship levels, yes sir. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what level? I know the answer to this, but I just want to hear what y'all got to say though. You know what I'm saying? What level do you feel like their friendship was on? You know what I'm saying, in terms of this or whatever, like, because this is pure utter disrespect. Like, nigga, if we men and you pull this shit, we gonna fight, nigga. Like, we fighting for sure.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm
okay.
with the haymakers, nigga. Like, you gotta hold that. You know what I'm saying?
Let me get a little background.
B about to jump in and give you that background.
I know who Portia is. I know Real Housewives of Atlanta. What did Portia do to whoever she did it to?
All right, B, take over. Let's get it.
Now this is what it is. The female Portia was her arc into the show. So whenever they introduce somebody new in the show, they have to find somebody in the cast
friend of a
that can
friend.
bring them on.
Yeah, friend of a friend.
So, I mean, once Portia stated, me and her was never friends. You know what I'm saying? From the beginning, we weren't friends. So they have, like, for example, I'm trying to think of who else is on there. I think Phaedra is on there. Like, let's say
Kenya Moore was on there too, right?
Yeah, Kenya Moore. Let's say Kenya Moore let's say the show found a new woman to come on there, and they like, all right, Kenya, we need you to just portray that you was her friend or whatever, so we can get her storyline on the show, and then we'll run with it from there. So they pretty much use Kenya as an arc to get old girl on there. Pretty much the same thing with Portia. They used Portia to get old girl on the show. Old girl and her husband.
Wait, who was on first, her or Portia?
Portia was on there first.
Okay.
So Portia the show director probably came to Portia when I'm thinking it was like, hey, we about to introduce this new character. We need you to be the arc, the setup for her to get in the show, so he can actually so we can get around and start pushing her storyline.
Yeah, you're talking about the reality part of reality, like reality TV. Like, y'all be friends, so we got a reason to introduce this bitch.
Right, but anybody that's been on the show, like anybody that's been on any show, like I watch a lot of Love and Hip Hop. For example, Yandy bought her the girl she adopted. Her name was Infinity. Yandy didn't know Infinity from a cup of tea, but they were trying to get Infinity on the show. So Yandy, all right, I'm gonna adopt her and make her my daughter. After she did that for the show, and afterwards it was over, you really don't hear Yandy and Infinity talking like that. They just pretty much use Yandy to arc her into the show. So old girl and her husband have been having problems or whatever. Old girl. My thing is, she really started believing the hype. Hey, maybe me and Portia really is friends. So she started telling her, hey, we having problems. Portia could see this nigga was extremely wealthy. Like, stupid wealthy. He's rich. So, you know what I'm saying? She was like, all right, they having problems. Let me go behind and, you know what I'm saying?
Back door, basically.
I can get any nigga I want, but I want your nigga because you ain't happy with the nigga and you talking about leaving anyway. It should be a girl code. I don't necessarily know how females do it. Niggas got a code, but I don't know what the females do out there. No disrespect to the ladies.
Before you keep going, though,
hey, you know what girl code is?
Say, but no, I want look because Terry made a comment or whatever. He said, I think this is more of an economic discussion. We are too broke to relate. Rich niggas look at coochie differently. So look,
that's true.
So that's what I'm saying. So look, so you know what I'm saying. If my net worth has to be a certain amount to have this conversation in those elitist circles, then because I feel like elitist people are fucking weirdos any goddamn way.
Because you know what I'm saying? You can do whatever you want.
You know what I mean? So y'all into all that weird shit then. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, if you're like, yeah, man, you know, you fucking your wife good, huh? Well, I want to pass at your wife too then. Oh man, you got a wife there, you know, let's go ahead and have a swingers party and we'll put it all together for everybody. It's like,
if I'm a billionaire, my thing is, let's look at any billionaire in the world, Jay. You a billionaire. 100% billionaire. Can't nobody take your money. Your money is yours.
Mm-hmm. You mean like Bill Gates?
And let's say you started from the beginning, humble beginnings. That means you done fuck hood rats. You done fuck rich bitches. You done fuck sluts that had a little bit of money. You done fucked all types of women.
Right.
Bill Gates. You're still a billionaire. After a while, you be like, all right, I'm getting bored of fucking these hood rats because they can't do nothing for me. These rich bitches ain't rich enough to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? It's like you start looking for different pleasures. So you like, I'm a billionaire. What if I walk up to this man and be like, yo, I'll give you $1 million to sleep with your wife? That's what I feel like. I feel like rich people do shit like that. Like, man, I bet you I could steal that nigga wife from him if I offer him $1 million. In most cases, a dude.
Hey, a dude to bite that bullet. Like,
he be like, you know what? Hey, girl, I give you $20 in the hot and ready. You give me pussy for less. So this nigga's offering $1 million. What are you saying? That's like if Angel was like, B, go bag Oprah. I'm like, I can bag. I'm like, she like, we'll both be rich. I'll bag Oprah. Fuck it. I'll be like, fuck Stedman. Put that nigga out the guest house. You can put that nigga in the second guest house. Give me the main guest house. I'll bang Oprah and send money home to my. I'm like, hey baby, I just hit Oprah for a couple million here. You and Morgan are set.
So what if she told you to bag Eartha Kitt, somebody that was not on the level of Oprah in terms of money?
Is Eartha Kitt rich?
I mean, she's rich. She's not wealthy. Oprah's wealthy. Eartha Kitt be rich.
Well, what are the kids' net worth? I'm just asking.
Rich is like like a couple mil. You know what I'm saying? Like she.
The kid's old, right?
Yeah, she old as hell. Like she seasoned, super seasoned.
I'll fuck the dust off that Social Security. I hear it for the Social Security check.
Look, let me read these comments real quick before we keep going, man. Look, so Josh said, "Old girl confided in Portia, and she went and consoled her man." Yeah, he pretty much adding clarity to what y'all said already. You know what I'm saying? Terry said, "Elitists are weirdos." I appreciate that, brother, because I'm just keeping it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Josh also said, "I think this is all for clout. Look how much conversation is being had over this, and that's all celebrities do. Now everybody tweeting about it, they getting social. Now that right there is the correct fucking answer right there, because nobody would have knew about this shit. I would have never knew about it unless somebody on my timeline didn't say anything about it. Again, I like to reiterate this. I do not watch reality TV.
But Terry just said it's no clout to be gained because Portia is rich and that African is dumb nuts. I mean, he's stupid rich. Like, I don't know what he's dealing in, zebras or oil we in, but he's super rich.
But you're in the business of reality TV though, so I gotta sell my reality to y'all to keep on building up this infrastructure that we created for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So what better way to do that than to add some hot gossip in there, because ain't nothing more efficient than people like talking about other people's fucking lives. Whether you broke, whether you rich, whether you in the middle. Everybody loves saying something that takes the whole heat off of them. You know what I'm saying? It just makes sense. They might be like, "Man, you heard about so-and-so at Chrysler?" "Yeah, I heard she was sucking dick in the car." "Was she for real?" "Man, she was talking about she was married though." "Yeah." Now you done got 30 different stories before it really make it back to the person that it happened to. But guess what? The damage is done now. Everybody's entertained. We all having a good laugh out of it. The ones that can't stand it, the ones that can want to defend the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's all bad there, man. Look, it's a mess.
You know the difference with rich people and poor people?
What's the difference?
Poor people got to stick with their significant other because they can't afford the bills by themselves. A rich nigga.
You go. Keep finish. Go ahead. Look.
I mean, that's like a lot of dudes.
Nigga, you married because you poor. That's
because they got bills. For real, I'm
yo, you know what's funny? You know what's funny about that?
You ain't got no worry. When she start arguing in the back of your mind, do I really need this?
What's funny about that?
I'm a fucking billionaire. Do I need her? I can buy.
I could buy somebody. You about to say I could buy somebody else.
I could buy a person.
When you a billionaire, I can buy. I can either buy something. I can build a bitch. You know what I'm saying? This is what I can do because I'm a billionaire.
The nigga said build.
That's
a bitch.
the difference between being extremely wealthy because you don't have to put up with nobody. Hey, if y'all both broke and y'all in the same pot, y'all need each other. When you rich,
build a bitch.
Not rich, that's like Johnny Carson getting married to an average bitch. I'm 300 million in already. He be like, "What can you add to my bank account?" He's like, "Baby, I bought $200. Ooh, we 300 million at $200 up." It doesn't mix. That's like water and oil. It ain't gonna work.
Woo.
I feel like rich people can do shit like that because there's no limitation. Who's gonna stop you?
All right, man. Look, I want to hear what Remy
she can't afford to leave, so she like, shit, I'm gonna stay with this nigga. He treating me like ass, but he rich.
I'm gonna let Remy come in on this because I gotta piggyback on that, but I want to hear what you gotta say, man.
I just want to know, is Build a Bitch at the mall?
she ain't at the mall, but
like where Build a Bitch at? I just want to know where Build a Bitch at. I just want to know.
You can find them at any neighborhood party. You know, you can go down to your casinos. You know your.
You know what? They probably closed because of the pandemic. What I'm thinking.
Shit.
You can't build that bitch no more.
Look, they always open, man. Look, you be like, yeah, you know, I'm looking for a woman that can do X, Y, Z. Me too. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. Instantly, they become a builder.
Hey, man. Hashtag me too.
Rich people, they don't have those problems. Like if a female rich and a nigga broke, she be like, "Dude, what do I need you for besides sex? I can get sex anywhere else. I'm rich. You ain't helping me pay my bills." That's why most broke dudes don't approach rich women. What do I have to offer her? What can I give her that she ain't got already?
Attention and conversation.
I feel you though. I'm just saying it's just like
no,
yeah,
you're
open.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. When you rich, it's like I said, you got the pick of the litter because everybody. Because at the end of the day, everybody wants something from you because you got the status, you got the money, you got, you know what I'm saying, the financial backing to take care of this shit. You could be ugly as fuck and they'll still fuck with you here because you got money or whatever. The downside with that notion is that you got the people that want to be on social media that want to have the counter argument to say, woe with me if some shit goes down the wrong pipeline there. You know what I'm saying? This ain't even about none of this, but we gonna talk about it because we gonna keep it brief though. We gonna keep it brief.
You hit it on the head. You just said it. Jay-Z said it best. People might not like Jay-Z, but Jay-Z said it best. He was like, ain't no such thing as an ugly billionaire. I'm cute. I'm a billionaire. Ain't no such thing as an ugly billionaire.
Yeah.
No matter what you say, I'm cute. This money make me cute, bitch. That's what make me cute.
And see, ain't nothing more better, you know what I'm saying, when you in one of them elitist relationships than what's better than one billionaire? Two. That means that we are not attracted to each other by money. We have that established already. That means I gotta like you for something else then. You know what I'm saying? And I think Josh just hit it on the head because I ain't even read the comment yet, but I can see the statement. Look at Bill Gates. As soon as I seen Bill Gates, I already know what's going on. Nobody wanted his ass until he announced he was getting divorced. Now women chasing his pockets because they see the money. They know what the status is. They know what time it is. Look, Josh, you made a good point because women got this list of all these different likes and dislikes that they'll never cross the line on. But boy, oh boy. Right, you know, it's like, man, you gotta be 6'7", you gotta have a big, you gotta this, that. But as soon as you be like, man, you put the money on the wood, man, little Bill Gates in these blue jeans and this khaki shirt, man, he ready to be like, all right, look, all that shit I was talking about, fuck that, man. Look, how you doing, Bill?
Man, let's go out the window.
Hey, what's the little nicknames for people that got certain names, like, you know, Richard is Dick and all that shit. William is Bill. You know what I'm saying? Hey, William, how you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how they do that shit, man. You know, and it's like, dog, like, keep the same energy, man. Look, this ain't about, we ain't bashing women. We just letting y'all know about friendship levels. There's levels to this Real Housewife shit because, you know what I'm saying, she gave y'all a black eye, you know, in the broke community of women that's out here doing the broke thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, she gave y'all a black eye, man, because y'all.
The broke women really can't relate because Portia got bread. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's different, bro.
But we mean morally, though. We
morally,
morally, she fucked the game up, man, because you got way to be like, I deserve this, and that. And it's like, well, you put out this and that. Like, yeah, we get it. You know what I'm saying? It's all fucked up. But it's like, damn. You know, and hey, that's a good point. So is it safe to say that everybody has a price? Do you have a price, Remy? Do you have a price, B? Shit.
Like leave my lady or something? Or like what? What you mean by it? What you mean by the price? You got to break the question down for me and I answer it. Talk to me. I talk back.
Look, shit. Look, so you know what I'm saying? We obviously know you tag Oprah or whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Look,
Oprah down.
Look, you know what I'm saying? You
Listen,
know, but
if I don't tag Oprah, my girl is beating my ass when I get home.
She rich enough.
Look, Gail right there. She tipping the scale. You know,
she got best friend, so she rich.
Yes. So you in the house? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Look, I'm invited to the Christmas party. You know, she do that 30 days of Christmas.
You damn right. I'll be in that motherfucker like, hey, Gail. Hey, auntie. Hey, look. So what is your price there, Remy? Let me start with you, man. And I'm gonna put this motherfucker right here just so you can see this shit.
Y'all can hear me?
My price. Go ahead, Jay. What's your price, dog? How much is Jay worth?
I don't know, man. Just a little more than I got now. I mean, really, if I'm being honest, like if you give me like a year off, so if you could pay my salary for like a year, all right, you got me. I take it.
Well, she be like, I cover your salary for a year, but you got to be. Let's say she be like, I need you to be my sex toy. Would you be like, you be her sex toy for a year straight? She cover your salary?
I mean, that's a lot to consider there. What is a man being a sex toy?
Whenever she needed.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I can handle that. That's easy. See, you say you're gonna be my sex toy. That sounds like some extra shit. Like I get to live in your dungeon for the rest of the year, or some shit like that. Like I'm not gonna, like you're not just gonna show up and just fuck me, and that's all I do in my life. I got other things to do besides live in your basement.
Hey, look, Stedman got a comfortable life though, man. Look, he's technically that he just got a guest house instead of a basement though. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but his guest house got 2 or 3 floors.
You know, I got a bidet in that motherfucker and shit.
Hey,
he got shit he don't need. He likes it.
Hey, shout out to the fact that Stedman probably eat better pussy than any man on the motherfucking planet Earth.
Stedman got to be he the number 1 side nigga in the world.
You stole my thunder. I was about to say shout out to the nigga that got that.
He got to be the number 1 side nigga in the world.
He the best side nigga to ever do it, man. Period.
Hey, you know what's hilarious about that? Because it ain't even a main nigga. Like he's a side nigga, ain't no main nigga. There's just not one. How does that work?
Look, like seriously though, dog. Like Like you gotta go into detail to how that shit play, dude. Because I'm like, man, look, like Stedman just be like, he just wake up in the morning like, man, what you got planned for the day, Stedman? Man, well, you know, I'm saying Oprah gonna be home off her flight off the red eye.
First
Go
thing he
ahead and have
says, Oprah, this
this room filled with
and
the
Oprah
flyers
that.
and everything. You know, look, I ain't really got too much going on the floor.
But how gangster is that though? You decide, nigga, you like, I'm about to fill the room with flowers with. I'm getting the flowers with her money.
Like literally,
I'm taking her out with her money. Whenever she want to do something, guess what? Her money.
That's why you'll never hear about Stedman in the news. You'll never see him alienate. You'll never see him humiliate. You never see him embarrass Oprah. Like he know how to play. Like he's the true definition of a behind the scenes motherfucker, man. He will play that shit to the letter, dude.
Oprah could be having sex in the crib with another dude. Stedman gonna bring her a warm washcloth and a towel when she finished. Here, baby.
Look,
Go ahead. I'm about to go back to my house.
I got it steamed just the way you like it, so you can really clean those crevices.
Right, I'm about to go back to my house. You keep having fun. He ain't gonna even have a side chick over. You have fun.
Dog, look, man.
Stedman really do need to write a book. You know what I mean? Like
you said what?
Like I said, Stedman really do need to write a book. You know what I mean? Like he gotta put us on.
He gotta be the Michael Jordan of sad niggas. The Michael Jordan. Ain't nobody greater right now.
No, shout out to Stedman, man. I can't even say nothing else about that, man. Like that guy's a G. He a OG, triple OG at that, man. That's it. And see, the thing is that he had to start from being. He was he gonna be a special friend in the obituary.
Yeah, that's how they be for real. They be like, and she had a special friend named Henry Jones.
Yep, look, yeah, man, look, you be like, man,
hey, his gravestone gonna say, I wasn't in it for the title.
Yeah, come on, look, watch it. Look, you never even be like, yeah, girl, look, nah, I want a bigger slice. Nah, you done gave me plenty. Look, I'm using your cash. I got the debit, I got the credit card, I got all that shit, man. Look.
If you never did anything else for me, you did enough already.
He said, look, I want me a cucumber face. Keep my skin right for you, girl. Shit, I want to keep my motherfucking body tight for you. Like, I got a personal trainer. I got a chef in this motherfucker. I got it together this.
You know what? I don't even know what Stedman look like. Y'all know what Stedman look like?
I think he like tall and brown.
But have you seen a picture?
Like, I could Google. I'm gonna Google and see if I can find.
But I'm saying no. But before you Google right now, have you any clue whatsoever?
You said
white
Stedman
man, black
man.
I've seen a picture of Stedman before.
I ain't never seen this motherfucker.
So even though he a side nigga that write books,
look, man, Stedman look like Hewell Perkins, man. Hey,
that's funny. That's a black dude?
Yes, that's a black dude.
he can pass. He can pass with a little opposite of the tag.
To lead others, you must first lead yourself. Come on, Josh, with the book, man, with the book quote, man. Shout out to that.
Stedman look actually like his name should be Chavez or something. Chavez.
That is not a jab at Latinos. We love y'all. Look, don't be like that.
I'm just saying he look like to be Mexican. You know what I'm saying?
All right, look. Before we close this door on this whole pod overall, man. Let me go back to my notes real quick, man. Look, you know what I'm saying. So look, man, I got.
Hey, did Oprah ever do Stedman's books for her book club?
Probably, man.
I mean, I'm just saying, he got 12 books. She had to do at least one.
Book. That's how cold.
Dog.
Hey, she probably come back to the crib like, get this shit out my face.
Hey, look,
nigga. That's not weird.
Like, can you please read my book?
Hey, baby, can you sign my book, please? I ain't signing shit. Get this out of here.
I already take care of your ass.
Nigga, you lucky I'm letting you write.
Hey, look, you be like, you gonna fund my dreams? I already fund your house, nigga. Find your own money for your dreams.
I fund this rent, nigga. Sit down.
Nigga gonna get smart. He's gonna start putting up his allowance. Like, let me put this allowance up then. Fuck her. I'm gonna put my allowance up.
Hey, look, real shit though. Like, look, so you say you couldn't be the ultimate side nigga like Stedman. Like, what if you had to be like a stay-at-home dad? Could you do it?
What do you mean, like right now?
Yeah.
For the most spoiled.
I think in the beginning years, like babies, like probably maybe the 3 years old or whatever is easy. But as kids get older, they get opinionated, they get bad, and start breaking shit. It gets to the point you're like, damn. Now, I mean, if I had to, I could. I know I could find the energy to do it. But would I want to? Nah. Because there's so many jabs at stay-at-home dads or whatever. You be trying to go out with the homie line, and you got to stay home and cook, bitch ass nigga. You be like, Go do laundry, you go ass nigga. You be like, damn, nigga, I'm a nigga too.
It's like, look, am I gonna be all that, man? Look, I'm just trying to go out have a good night. I had a long day. I've been washing laundry and shit all damn day.
Bring you apron. He go your apron, nigga. You be like, damn, y'all some long ass nigga. Fuck this.
So, hey, look,
some new friends.
I'm bullet pointing that or whatever, man, because I'm gonna save that for another damn topic or whatever, man. That's gonna be like for all the dads out here, man. That's gonna Father's Day coming up next month. We're gonna keep that one in mind. I wanna know how y'all feel. I wanna check the temperature out here, man.
Fathers don't really. I hate to
look.
I ain't gonna say that because I'm already in hot shit with ladies.
I was about to say I'm not at liberty to say that I had a bad run and I won't. I'll just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Fathers, I get good gifts. I can't speak for nobody else. You know what I'm saying? But I just leave it at that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna put myself in hot water.
Hell no, I'm smart, man. Look, I'm smart. Look, but I want to leave. Wait a minute. Josh said Hugh Hefner is definitely the top side nigga category. Good point, Stacy.
Hugh Hefner one. That was a pimp. There's a difference between pimping and
hey, look, that's not the same thing, man.
Yeah, Hugh Hefner was a pimp.
Yeah, Hugh was getting it in. Like he had a plethora of ladies. A plethora of ladies. You see how I put that together? Plethora.
I like how you do it.
You know what I'm saying? Look, and he had a mansion to go with the plethora. He didn't have a side nigga house. He had a mansion.
Yeah, you imagine having a mansion with 30 women in it that's coming in your room whenever they want?
Man, at will. You just clap your hands and you get 5 of them on demand, man.
You probably had like a bowl of Viagra next to the bed. You be like,
that shit look like Skittles and shit.
You got a bowl of Skittles next to you. That's a bowl of Viagra.
Hey, you be like, man, don't touch those, girl.
You walk around, my coochie on hard. You be like, your coochie on hard.
You got a hard coochie. What type of nasty shit is you on? Look. You can't have a hard coochie, man. That's just bad, man.
Right,
look, no,
please
but
no,
look, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Hugh Hefner was in the league of his own, though, man. You know, like you can't. That ain't no comparison, man. That's like saying that Bishop Don Juan was like in the same category as like who could I put in there? If you did comparisons like that, like
about pimping,
yeah, pimping is pimping, man.
I think of
Stedman Guest House is a mansion.
Fillmore Slim was a beast.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like that's like that's like apples to oranges, man. You know what I'm saying? Josh said Stedman's Guest House is a mansion, and it's got its own garage. But does he have a what's that thing in a grotto? Hugh Hefner had a grotto in his shit, Josh. Look.
That stayed full.
Of women, not water.
You gotta just imagine the next day when the pool man come and gotta clean that grotto. You be like, nigga, this
you put the blue light in there, man. It's a lot of flander and filth in that motherfucking grotto.
You be like, dog, I hate this job, but I get paid the most over here.
But the grotto is closed indefinitely. Look, shit. No, what else, man? No, that's we hit it. We hit it all, man. Look,
but of course she is gonna be happy with him.
Yeah, shout out to her. Look, if she make it, shout out to. Matter of fact, we didn't hit it all. I got one more for you, and I ain't about to even tell y'all what it is. I'm about to just type it in because this is how we gonna end this damn show right here, man. You gonna love this, Remy. Give me 2 seconds, man. This is funny, man. Y'all gonna love this too, whoever out there, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Tell a friend about this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? On the up and up will be. Look, man. So I'm just gonna put a name in there. And I'll let you put the rest of it together. All right, you ready? You ready? I know you're ready. All right, bet. Now, look, if you don't know why that name is important, I'm going to tell you. Early as today, his wife filed for divorce and spousal support. She filed for spousal support. You know what I'm saying? So she wants $40,000 a month. 40,000 a month. Now
he made that much money.
And see now look, that's what I was thinking until I started doing some homework. So technically Gary Owen hasn't cashed a lot of his checks that he's made money from on the road. Like he's made money from movies, endorsements, other different side gigs that he had. You know what I'm saying? To the point where he hadn't had to cash. He was like Shaq. He had to cash none of his other money that he brought in before the pandemic. Now, I ain't talking about what he made during the pandemic or after the pandemic. We're just talking about beforehand. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? She's the definition of pocket watching, for one. She made sure she did her homework to know what her numbers was. He used to give her $40,000 a month on expenses. expenses.
Do they got kids?
Okay.
Yes, they got kids together.
Now that's different because I feel like you got kids, so in one that 40,000. Now if she getting, I don't know, 40,000 a month for how long? For the rest of her life or something? Ain't
Well,
no pussy
you
worth
got-
40,000 a month.
At least
Look,
to the
she said
kids
that's
is
her life.
grown.
She said she
But if-
gave up her dreams. She gave up her dreams to make sure that he
raise his
succeeded in his. So when he wasn't nothing, she was there when Gary Owen wasn't nothing. So now she feels now she's entitled to something. That's what she said.
So that's 40,000 is the price she put on her vagina.
40,000 is the number. The 40,000 is the magic number.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, look, Terry, for how long? I don't know. It didn't bring out the details in that because they ain't even went to like divorce court yet. They ain't even got into the brass tacks of the shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's cheaper to keep her. You better try to keep her. It's cheaper to keep her.
But it's like I always thought that they was gonna be tight like forever. Like I thought they was gonna be the make it couple. You know, because now, like when he do his show going forward, like he used to always be like, man, I'm with my black wife. Life is good. He used to be able to feel like he was like part of the black caucus. He could relate to the black, to the black culture or whatever. Now it's like, now your wife left you, man. It's like shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't do nothing now, man. Like my jokes don't even hit the same no more.
But that's what you saying? How your comedy career keep going? Because you can't just get mad. Niggas ain't cheat, like. And then you was married to a black woman.
Did you see? Look, so I think the number is high. You know what I'm saying? It's like goddamn. Terry said that's where you get married a black woman. Josh,
hey, you know what y'all make it sound like?
Right,
y'all
Terry,
make it sound like
my brother. Respect.
y'all make it sound like he got like a little like he had like black citizenship because he was married to a black woman, so he was like
he was invited to the barbecue. You know what I'm saying?
De facto black citizen, like like you was but no, not if she not bringing you can't come.
He used to black women.
If she not bringing you can't come. Like imagine the nigga that just got divorced showing up to the barbecue. Like you know what I'm saying? Like in the family, like somebody dating a white woman or whatever.
Go to Big Mama house.
Yeah, and then they divorced and she still show up. Like what you doing here?
You can't come over Big Mama house.
Hey, look at Terry hoe ass again coming in. Or look at Gary hoe ass coming in again. Coming in this motherfucker doing X, Y,
it's gonna get worse every year.
Look. So this is what Josh said right here, man. Look, Josh said I hate that she would be entitled to it if she can prove that he put and kept her in that lifestyle. If she been so down for him, why she leaving him there?
Yeah,
that's facts. Why is she leaving him? Look, we don't know the answer to none of that stuff. You see how long it took for everything to formulate with Dr. Dre and his wife or whatever. If you wasn't following that shit, it's like, man.
Now I don't think she trying to prove everything she can. She reaching.
Yeah, she getting receipts.
Well,
she's trying to get that shit together.
She signed a prenup. If you don't want to sign, if you ain't want to sign no prenup, that's your fault. You shouldn't.
Look,
but I understand guys making women sign prenups. Though.
I'm telling. Look, that's gonna be bullet points for the next episode. We're gonna have a whole.
You can't be a white man marrying a black woman and make her sign a prenup. Like you can't do both of those things at the same time. You just can't do it.
You said that shit just ain't happening, bro.
It's just not a two for thing. It's not a nope. Unless you marrying Candace Owens, maybe. But any one of these other black women out here.
I like that. I like that.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Wow, hit it out the park.
Hey, that's a quote right there.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to quote that, re-sign that, videotape it, and send it to me, man.
Hey, that's exclusive for On the Up and Up. I ain't even gonna say that.
You dig? Look, word from the Millennium Mulatto, man. Let's get it. Look, no, man. I want to shout out our people, shout out all our folks or whatever, man. First and foremost, let me shout out, not because he's in the damn comments talking shit, it's always fun to have Josh here or whatever, but I want to shout out J.M. Prince. Like, he's been working. He's been working hard or whatever, man. Like, if you're thinking about starting a business, if you need anything business related, please go and see him there, man. That is J.M. Prince. Like, he's doing absolutely
shout out to Josh.
Phenomenal, man. Shout out to him, man. You know what I'm saying? He's helping start businesses, LLCs, business cards. You need it from start to finish. You got you covered, man. I also want to shout out Touch Events. Mr. Controversy is gone from the said pod for the rest of the evening. Obviously, y'all haven't seen him. But we have an event coming up called Cups and Cards. It is on June 11th Friday, June 11th. That's next month. If you or you know somebody that plays cards or just want to come out and have a good time, man, you know what I'm saying? Please pass the word along. Tell them, man, look, if your spades game is as tight as you think it is, you need to be there then because this shit right here is going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to
That's
be a dog
fun.
ass
Real
fun.
fun. Real
Yeah.
kicking it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Be easy, gonna be out there on the DJ ones and twos, man. You know what I'm saying?
Some good music,
you know,
some good vibes.
It's just gonna be a good time all around. Yum Shots is providing, you know what I'm saying, beverage. Like we gonna come out and have a good time, man. This Sunday we got the cheat code sign and sip at the Comfort Zone. If y'all are in town, you know what I'm saying, y'all can come out and support. That is the old cousin for anybody that used to stay here. If you didn't, that's 6 Mile and Schaefer. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be doing some signatures and some books. We're going to have a good time. Come out, show your support. Man, I got so many more to name, but, you know, like.
Shout out to the Mulatto Perspective.
Yes. Look.
Oh, I say that like I'm still doing it. My bad.
I got to get invited. back, man. We gotta work.
It's actually on hiatus right now.
Hey, see, look, so I'm the only one. Look, y'all, the reason why I was on the hiatus, I had a bad case of writer's block. And then it was like life was just getting the best of me, you know what I'm saying, for a minute. So I had to get myself back in order, you know, back into the right headspace to be able to pod correctly and give y'all good content, something that y'all can talk about after it's over. Share. You know, so I'm happy to be back in the right space to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because once you do something that you actually love, you'll never work again. And I want to get back to the thing that I actually love doing. So that's my quote, by the way. This is another episode. Going forward, I will be transitioning back to Tuesday. For everybody that wants to know, tell everybody that as well.
Back to Tuesday.
Over the next couple of weeks, I'm back on my other shift officially in June or whatever. So
let me just say, I love Tuesday.
You know what I'm saying? So now, and Josh said it was your revamp period. You damn right it was the revamp period, man. We doing some touch ups. We doing some switch arounds. I'm already starting to get the voiceovers together. I'm gonna need all y'all stuff from y'all. We'll talk about that in Crosstalk. Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. This has been another episode on Up and Up. You got Remy, you got B, you got myself. God bless y'all. Have a good night. Thank you for tuning in.